In the first 10 months of 2017, the contiguous U.S. experienced its third warmest year on record, behind 2016 and 2012. With data back to 1895, the time period from January through October was also the second wettest, trailing only 1998. The final 2 months of the year will feature noteworthy conditions. The National Weather Service's Climate Prediction Center said Monday La Niña conditions are present. To learn more about what that could mean for winter conditions in Nebraska and across the U.S., we talked Tuesday with DTN's Bryce Anderson. We started our conversation by asking how we know La Niña conditions exist.
Well, we are in La Niña. The Pacific Ocean temperatures are notably below average to the La Niña levels. And then the barometer configuration that is tracked by the Southern Oscillation Index, measured in Australia, is also at a La Niña value. So the water temperatures in the equator region of the Pacific are anywhere from about 1 to 1.5 Celsius, basically 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit below average from South America almost all the way to the international dateline. The barometric reading that's tracked by comparing the barometers in Tahiti and Darwin, Australia, that index is at a +8 and on a sustained level over a 90-day moving average. So that is a La Niña value as well. This is a weak La Niña we are in right now.
Give me a refresher of La Niña conditions, so why this is important.
Well, La Niña is important because when La Niña is in effect, as it is now, it can have some potential crop weather complications and crop weather stress, frankly, in South America during the early part of the oncoming year, in this case 2018. And if La Niña were to be in effect during the growing season here in the U.S., it could be a precursor to below trendline yields. And so that's why whenever La Niña happens, the entire ag industry, kind of goes on point and comes to attention.
Is it too early to talk about the 2018 growing season here in the U.S.?
Yes, it is. It is too early to talk about La Niña as far as a problem producer for next year, because this is a weak event. It also began late. This didn't really set in until about the middle of October. The likelihood is that by mid-spring of 2018, the Pacific temperatures will have moderated back to neutral. Now, the air configuration may take a little longer to actually kind of settle out. So I think that we are going to see a colder and probably wetter springtime over the Corn Belt next year. But as far as will La Niña set in and become a hot weather producer next summer, that's a real long shot, and it quite frankly is unlikely that La Niña would be a producer that way.
Since we're so early, is that possible to change?
It is possible to change. One thing with the ocean is we never want to say never. It is possible that the water temperatures would continue to get cooler. There certainly is a large pool of subsurface water that is at a cooler level right now. But considering that it's a weak feature, and when we are in La Niña, this feature tends to kind of max out about this time of the year. The likelihood that it would continue to really intensify, to stay with us all the way through next year is pretty low.
Difference in South America as far as their growing season that's going on now?
There could be some crop stress from La Niña, particularly in Argentina. There's a high relationship to La Niña being in effect and Argentina being hotter and drier during the heart of their growing season. There could also be some impact in southern Brazil, not Mato Grosso. The relationship there is pretty weak, but southern Brazil and Argentina could see some dry weather stress with La Niña where it is right now.
Is there a point where we learn more?
There will be. The Climate Prediction Center keeps track of all of this every week. The Australia Bureau of Meteorology has an update every month. And when we get into the first of the year and start looking at these water temperatures and the pressure features, there will be continued signals as to how intense this feature is becoming.